Blame Truth here, and oh, sorry guys. I was just looking over some Black Ops 6 clips to show you in this video, and I legit got motion sick, and I'm not the only one. I have never played a game that physically makes me nauseous, but Black Ops 6 is the first one to ever do it. And I'm not just making that up, as you can see there with the Reddit threads I'm showing you, but just, I mean, look at the gun sway here. Look at the reticle sway and the sight sway and stuff like that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This game just makes me nauseous. From the death cams, as you can see here as well, to the spawns. I mean, these spawns are, oh my god. I played the face-off maps, and I literally wanted to drink fucking bleach after I did it. The animations, I mean, I cannot get over this. Just look at this and tell me if it makes sense. I'm gonna replay it over and over in slow-mo. It looks like this guy has a fucking bottle rocket up his ass. It's like somebody put a mini Tesla up his sphincter and launched him into my ball sack. I've talked about in my last few videos criticizing this game that Omni movement, A, doesn't feel good, it feels clunky, but B, it doesn't make sense from like a momentum perspective, a physics perspective. From a third-person vantage point, it's even worse. It just looks off. This entire game feels like Modern Warfare 2019 or Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 with like a Max Payne mod. But somehow worse, and we'll get into it. I mean, down to the sounds that the game makes when you get shot. I've seen a few people complaining about this because I had to look it up because I'm like, man, my fucking ears are like bleeding after playing this beta for an hour. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm not going to play the getting shot sound for you. I'll spare your eardrums. Like, you'll have time to play it on the open beta if you really want to. But guys, like, I'm not trying to just be a hater. I swear to you, I'm not just being negative. I say this with no hesitation at all. And I even went back and studied Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 2022 Electric Boogaloo, It's Dorban Time. I studied it because I really wanted to be sure before I talked about this, okay? I think Black Ops 6, truthfully, is the worst Call of Duty of all time. If not one of the worst FPSs I personally have ever played. Before anyone says, oh, BT, it's just a beta. Guys, this is a demo. They had 4 years to work on this game. Like, it's done! This is not a beta. It's done. It's been done. It leaked out like 6 months ago. They're basically done with the game. I mean, never mind the fact that this is a 20-year-old series. We should not have to give them beta feedback. They should know exactly what to do. Imagine you had to give feedback to a 20-year veteran at making sushi or something like that because they put fucking dog turds in your California roll. Fuck off with that shit, dude. 4 years. Treyarch alone have had 4 years to work on Black Ops 6. No, this is not a beta, okay? The game is done. This honestly feels like they're trying to torture the player base. Between the maps, the spawns, SBMM, which has been cranked up higher than I have ever seen it. I mean, every little thing about this game. It's not even a game. I want to look up the definition of an actual game here. Like, what is a game? Merriam-Webster? Form of play or sport, especially a competitive one, played according to rules and decided by skill, strength, or luck. Well, considering this game is controlled by an algorithm, I don't think it falls into any of those camps. Skill, strength, or luck? No, most Call of Duty players have noodle arms, they don't have a lot of skill, and they're about as lucky as a fucking black cat under a ladder. So no, I don't think it's any of that. The better you get at this game, the worse your experience gets. That's not a game. Imagine someone that's trying to be the world-class chess competitor, okay? Every single time he improves, Joe Secot comes and slams the guy's nuts in a fucking door. Anyway, let me get into some other stuff here. Let me actually talk about why I think this is going to be, if not already is, the worst FPS game, the worst Call of Duty game of all time. You know, people were saying there's no way it's worse than Vanguard. There's no way it's worse than Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2. I seriously think these maps are worse than MW2. I think the spawns are worse than Modern Warfare 2. I think that the animations are worse than Modern Warfare 2. And that, I mean, Modern Warfare 2, all it really had going for it was the animations. This game feels like Modern Warfare 2 on a boat meant to make you motion sick while, like, spawning enemies behind you. The maps are god fucking awful. When I played those two face-off maps yesterday, the Gala map on face-off feels like a mini Euphrates bridge from Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2019 has the worst Call of Duty maps of all time. I swear to you right now, I'm thinking this game is gonna have worse overall maps. Fucking Scud? Fucking The Pit? The Pit is literally some tunnels, a minecart, and a ladder. Gala is literally a room with a platform in the middle that you can head glitch on. These are the worst goddamn maps I have ever seen. I get it. BT, you're only playing 6 of them. And Skyline's pretty decent. Skyline's decent. I wouldn't call it good if I'm being completely honest. Like, I don't know what to say other than between the spawns, the maps, the way this game physically makes me ill. I mean, is Infinity Ward gonna one-up Treyarch next year? Is Infinity Ward gonna straight up somehow give me, like, Ebola? Am I gonna shit my fucking pants? Are they gonna say, hold my door? We're gonna beat Treyarch here. Let's give the entire player base the shits. I'm sorry. I truly don't get it. What you're seeing here, guys, what you're seeing here is just XDefiant gameplay on the map Rockefeller. This is the new map that just came out. It's, like, pretty small. It's a pretty small map, and I'm not, like, particularly doing amazing in this video. I just want to show you the gameplay. But, like, look at the spawns in this. If you've played the Black Ops 6 beta, this isn't an XDefiant versus COD video. No. I don't want to get any fanboy wars going on here. I just want to show you the spawn system, how it's supposed to work. Rockefeller is about the size of Shipment, but with these outer flank routes and spawn areas that are kind of protected. It's pretty small, and yet you're not going to see a single bad spawn in this video. I don't know if it's black magic. I really don't know. But I swear to you right now, I have had more bad spawns in, like, the 5 hours I've managed to play the Black Ops 6 beta than my entire time on XDefiant. The spawn system in Black Ops 6 is the worst goddamn thing I have ever seen! I'm sorry for getting loud. I'm sorry, but I seriously can't comprehend how bad this game is. Look at this picture right here. Look at the score streaks. What's standing out to you right now? Well, the first thing that should pop out is the Hellstorm missile. Why does it cost 1,200 score? Why? The UAV, why does it cost 675 score? Why does the counter UAV cost 700 score? The RCXD there controls like I'm driving a 1975 Buick with 3 wheels! Why does everything in this game control so poorly? Is it the Modern Warfare engine? I recall the last Treyarch game I played, Cold War, feeling pretty good. I mean, the controls at the very least were responsive. Hell, I recall most Call of Duties, that was the reason I played them. They were responsive. They felt good. They were smooth. Are you guys gaslighting me that are saying that Black Ops 6 is smooth? The Omni movement is smooth. In what world? I've talked about this a few times, but like when you turn on the sprint assist, so that Omni movement always basically sprints you in one direction when you just move your stick. It's a lot easier on your thumbs and whatnot. It's the only thing that really feels natural on controller. When you do that, you are adding sprint to fire time constantly. Like, you're just adding sprint to fire time every single time you're moving in another direction. And I have to ask, why not just increase, like, the base movement speed? Why not just get rid of regular sprint altogether? or whatever? Or better yet, why do we have tac sprint along with this sprint system when tac sprint further adds to the delay and the clunkiness of the movement? It just adds like double the sprint to fire time, the sprint out time when you're firing your weapon. The sliding, it feels like I'm sliding on butter or whatever. Like, feels like the maps are just covered in Crisco. The momentum and the physics, again, they just don't make sense on top of making me nauseous. But this whole game, it's like, it's just wrong. It feels wrong. You know, I can sit here and list all these things wrong with the game. I could show you tweets from Exclusive Ace where even he is having a bad time. And this is just the beta. This isn't the full game even. I can show you tons and tons of tweets and Reddit threads and whatnot of people being critical of the game. I could show you the massive cheating problem already in the beta. I could show you people getting banned. There was a guy that literally ran into a cheater who was wall hacking in the beta. He said he was going to report him in the chat or whatever, and then he gets banned because the enemy team, I guess it was him and his buddies, like spam reported him. Like, I could bring up all this stuff. I could bring up the packet burst, which is still a thing, by the way, for about everyone, as far as I know. The super poor visibility of operators and the environment, which has been a problem for 5 years now. I could bring up the desync, the inconsistent gunfights, the inconsistent hit reg, the inconsistent spawns that are just completely random. I could bring up all this stuff, but a better way to kind of summarize this game is it doesn't feel like it was made by any sort of human being. It really does not. I don't want to say Treyarch used generative AI to make most of this game, but please explain why Black Ops 6 in particular feels so soulless, down to the maps. Guys, the same studio that made these maps, and I posted this on Twitter, got over 1 million impressions, 11K likes, went pretty viral. The studio that brought us Firing Range, Summit, Slums, maps like that, these classic maps that they're still rehashing and recycling to this day. There's no way they made these current maps in Black Ops 6. There is no way. I refuse to believe it. Like, what is a Scud? What is Scud? What is that? It's literally a head glitch, a giant head glitch, and some trenches and some doors. Why? Like, what were they thinking? There's no way the rest of the map pool is going to be good. No, they push their best, like, self forward to get you into the beta. And are we forgetting, by the way? We have to be forgetting. We have to be forgetting this. Cold War. Cold War. They literally insulted Infinity Ward's ideas to market that game. You guys realize that, right? Do you recall? Like, they insulted tac sprint. They insulted the stupid doors. I mean, it was offhand, of course, because they're all under the Activision umbrella. But they literally said, hey, no doors, no tac sprint in multiplayer. That's Infinity Ward's thing. We're not going to do it. We're Treyarch. We do the old school Call of Duty thing, right? As much shit as I give Cold War, as I gave Cold War, you know, it still felt like a Call of Duty game at its core. It felt like something that we'd played, you know, like 10 years ago, just with stupid SBMM and stupid microtransactions, basically. It still felt like a Call of Duty game in its heart and its soul, I guess. There is none of that. There is absolutely none of that in Black Ops 6. Like, what in the hell is it even trying to be? I've been trying to wrap my head around, like, what exactly are they going for? There is no cohesive, like, vision. There's no cohesive thought process in the design of the game. When I say it feels like Modern Warfare 2022 with a Max Payne mod, I truly mean it. I watched Exclusive Ace's video before I made this one about his 20 plus complaints for the beta that he really wants to see rectified and fixed. One of the things is how slow the animations are in comparison to how fast the Omni movement is, for example. It's like this game is just a Frankenstein, a goulash, a jambalaya of bad ideas. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's wearing like a flannel shirt, some swimming trunks, and a football helmet to go eat at Denny's or whatever. And he's going to pay with like shekels, even though he's in America. That's what the game feels like. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Why are there indestructible campy doors? Those are literally like relics from Infinity Ward's engine because they want the whole like realism thing, the milsim thing. Well, Black Ops 6 is clearly not milsim. People are flying around like they have jetpacks but horizontally. You know, like, okay, so why are campy, stupid, indestructible doors a thing? Are you going to put doors on Nuketown? Were you forced to put doors in? Why are the animations so slow? Why are the animations so, like, quote-unquote, realistic and jarring? Why does it feel like I'm playing on a boat? Why am I getting nauseous playing your game? You can't tell me that 4,000 devs sat down and not one of them said, hey, I'm getting a little seasick here. When I go on Reddit, people play the beta for a couple days and they're throwing up all over the forum. What is the actual, like, direction of this game? What does it want to be? Again, can I just consult XDefiant here? This game knows what it wants to be. Okay? Like, the animations and the movement is fluid. It's fast. You know, it's an arcade shooter. It's not trying to be anything else. There's not some random point where I'm doing like a Rainbow Six Siege thing and I'm like, you know, aiming around a door or putting a camera underneath like a crack in the wall or whatever. I'm not doing any of that. The game knows what it wants to be. Guys, I'm going to bring it down a notch and just say I have been playing Treyarch games since 2008. Since World at War. Technically speaking, I've been playing since Call of Duty 3, but I'm just talking multiplayer here. So I've been playing Treyarch games since pretty much the beginning, okay? I know Treyarch, the studio. I've had words with Vonderhaar over the years. I have had words with Tony Flame over the years. I've talked to some of the devs. I know how Treyarch operates. I know how their games feel. I know their core design philosophies. And they've kept all of these things even up until Cold War. All of a sudden, Black Ops 6 comes out, and all I can say is this is not Treyarch. It may have Treyarch's name on it. This is not the same studio I knew. And you could say the devs have left and, you know, they've been replaced and whatnot. I get that. That's going to happen, you know, in any studio that's long running. That's fine. But explain to me how Treyarch games felt like Treyarch games from literally Call of Duty 3 up until Black Ops Cold War. Explain to me that streak right there. And then explain to me why Black Ops 6 feels nothing like a Treyarch game. This, honest to God, feels like, again, generative AI. It feels soulless. This is the most disappointing Call of Duty release I have ever seen. And again, don't give me that it's just a beta crap, dude. Do not give me it. This game is literally a science experiment at this point. I'm serious. I think they're seeing how little effort they can actually put into a Call of Duty game and just they're just trying to sell it to you based on marketing. You know, like I truly think that this year. This is not Treyarch. I don't know what happened. I don't know who's actually in charge, but this is an Infinity Ward game with a stupid, gimmicky movement system. That is it. That is all. It doesn't work. It feels like garbage. I don't know what to tell you. I truly think this is worse than Vanguard and MW2. And you know, that's insane for me to say. It really is this early. But with Vanguard, that game was bad because they didn't have time. Sledgehammer had 9 months to make the game. Like, they actually did not have time. I found out way after the fact, years later, that Vanguard was incredibly rushed. For what it is, knowing how rushed it was, it's all right. You know, like, I understand why it was the way it was. It had some good ideas still, you know, like, it really did. Modern Warfare 2, as bad as it was, at least the maps were better than Modern Warfare 2019 overall. Like, it was slow, it was stupid, it lacked content, but at least, at the very least, they toned down the doors and they improved the map some over Modern Warfare 2019. And then here comes Black Ops 6. What? These maps are atrociously bad. Treyarch, there's no way Treyarch made these maps. No way. I refuse to believe it. I'm out of time. I don't know what else to say other than the game sucks. And I seriously don't think I could even play week 2 of the beta. It's that bad. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.
Here's some parting advice.